Hi, and welcome back. This is the part of the podcast we call Unspoken, where we lift the lid on things we don't always say out loud. Maybe it's a secret you've never told a soul, or something you just need to get off your chest. Maybe you're looking for advice without any judgment, or just someone to say, yep, I've been there too. I can't promise that we won't judge, but we can absolutely give advice. I'm Emma.
I'm Moira.
And I'm Paige.
And we're what she said.
Okay, girls, this one's a bit of a doozy. Am I overreacting? I haven't seen my first grandchild since she was 12 weeks old. She's now 15 months old, and I've missed everything. Her first crawl, her first tooth, her first words, her first birthday, all of them without me. Why? Because I may have implied, all right, I outright said that my daughter-in-law was lazy. Not lazy in the cruel name calling way, but in all she does is breastfeed while my son does everything else kind of way. He works full time, comes home to clean, cook, settle the baby, tidy up after her. Even after she's finished breastfeeding, she just hands her over like it's his turn to clock on. I'm a mother, I've raised children, their father worked, I worked, and I still did the rest. That's what motherhood was. So when I told her she needed to do more, I thought I was being honest. Frank, but honest. Since that day, nothing. No visits, no calls from my son, no photos, no messages, not even for my birthday or Mother's Day. Nothing. It's been over a year of silence now, and it feels like I've been cut off. Not just from my granddaughter, but from my own child. I ask myself constantly, am I overreacting? Should I have kept my mouth shut? Do I reach out again, or do I just accept that I might not be part of their lives anymore? Do I just let go and hope that maybe one day my second child will have a child of their own and I'll get a second chance? Because right now I feel grief, like I've lost something that isn't gone, but it's so far out of reach it might as well be. I feel forgotten, I feel heartbroken. So I guess I'm asking because I miss them, and I don't know if holding on or letting go hurts more.
Oh my God, can I jump in?
Mm-mm.
That is so
Oh, yeah,
sad.
I
But
know.
can I just tell you exactly what this sounds like?
Mm.
Mm,
Home Alone. You remember the guy who was salting the sidewalk and
yeah.
he was like, "Oh, that's my granddaughter singing in the choir." And he was,
Mm,
and this is the only time I get to see her. Why? Well,
Mm.
because I had a fight with my son. And he was like, "Well,
mm,
you don't know unless you try. And if you try, what's the worst that could happen?" He could say, "No, I don't want to talk to you," or you get your family back in your life.
Absolutely.
exactly.
That is
I
just
Exactly.
exactly what that reminded me of. That I can
yeah.
feel that pain. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
A lot of
Look,
pain in that.
I think the mother-in-law is within her rights to say something, but it
Mm,
sounds like she's having a massive pity party. She's the only one that can change this. Don't expect the daughter-in-law and son to come groveling back when they've not actually done anything wrong. So
mm,
normally when people tell you a story or ask for pity or advice, they're the ones that have done something and they're only telling you what they want you to know. They're only telling you their
exactly.
truth.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are there's probably a lot more to this story because I doubt, unless her son is an absolute pushover, I doubt that he would cut her off for such a long time too. 12 months is a
Mm,
long time. If other things hadn't gone on or if there wasn't a pattern.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But can I just say, also, mother-in-laws have the best of intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend whose mother-in-law likes to chip in and chime in and make comments on the partner.
Mm-hmm.
You're not married to your son or daughter's chosen partner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't know. No one ever knows what goes on behind closed doors in any
Mm-hmm.
relationship. They can tell you that they're telling you everything till they're blue in the face. They're lying to you.
Mm,
No one tells you everything that goes on behind closed doors. You have no idea the arrangement that was made between her son and her daughter-in-law. Maybe she was like, "I don't want kids." And he's like, "I really want kids." And she's like, "Well, if you want kids, I'll bear it and I'll feed it. You do the rest. And he's gone, no problem at all. That may not have been a conversation, but you just don't know what arrangement and agreement they have. Maybe she is going through postpartum depression and she doesn't want you to know, and he's trying to be there to support it. And the last thing she needs is someone coming in and telling her and insinuating that you're lazy. Because, dear God in heaven, your hormones are everywhere. My child is 10, and every night I go to bed going, have I been a shit mum today? Every single day you run through your head. She should have had a conversation with her son,
Yeah.
not the daughter. Like, if you have an issue, if you're seeing something, you talk to your child, not the
Yes.
other person. You go to your child and go, is she okay? Because I've noticed a pattern of you doing a lot. Are you okay? Maybe she should have gone about it and said, can I do something to help you? I just noticed that you're picking up a lot. Can I help you? Can I make a dinner? Can I come over on a Sunday and do a wash for you? Her doing nothing is for him to deal with, not
Yeah.
you.
And clearly, in this situation, whatever has gone on, whatever's been said, the son is standing by his wife. Yeah. That's what's
That's
happening.
his
They're
chosen
taking care.
family.
That's
Yeah, they're
right.
taking care of his family.
I think she needs to call her son and apologize or go to the house. She needs to balls up and go over and go, I was wrong. I was
That's
so
right.
wrong to get involved in your relationship. I was so wrong to pass comment. I was so
Yeah.
wrong to pass comment on you at such a vulnerable stage for you. And I
But it's
wholeheartedly apologize.
also you need to take into account we don't know what the birth was like for this mother. Was it a C-section? Was it overly traumatic? Like, we don't know what the situation was within that 12 weeks. The stories that I've heard, it's not always just a pop you out, carry on. Sometimes there's a lot of healing that needs to happen. Yes, there's postpartum, but there's also physical healing that needs to happen.
There is a reason that some cultures have people that you don't even leave the house for 90 days. Like, and people come in and help you. There is a reason for that. It takes a full year for your body to heal back and you
Yeah,
get back
exactly.
to pre-pregnancy.
Yeah.
Nope.
And this is the first grandchild. So the first child for this, I guess, this couple.
No,
So,
balls up. You are missing out
yeah,
and you are the only one that can fix it. And it is
that's right.
it's with a big fat apology and a whole lot of recognition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If they do not answer the phone call, you try and call the daughter-in-law. If she doesn't answer the phone, you turn up to the door and you keep showing up and you put a letter in the letterbox and you keep showing up for your son.
Yeah. And she even provided gifts for the child, Easter gifts, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. Or has she just been MIA going, oh, poor me,
Reach
and
out to
telling all
me.
her,
Exactly.
telling all her
Don't know.
friends,
She
this
doesn't
is
she
what
doesn't
happened.
say whether or not she's done any of those things. It's just
Yeah.
what we've been told from her words.
Yikes.
I mean, it does sound absolutely heartbreaking, but they could be absolutely heartbroken as well. So I guess as the advice that we can give you on the story that we've got is take accountability of what's happened. And yes, your words may have been coming from the right place, but they obviously didn't land correctly.
Wrong time.
And now it's, 15 months is a very long time. It's time to put that aside and go and speak your words peacefully and apologize. Now this one's very juicy. Like far out.
Spill it.
I wasn't
I've got
expecting
butterflies. I'm
this.
nervous.
It's titled I wasn't expecting this and I don't know what to do.
Is it bum action?
There's no bleaching required. Okay, I've been married for 9 months, well, almost, to a man I thought that I'd spend the rest of my life with. He has a child with another woman, and they always had what seemed like a good relationship, friendly, respectful, co-parenting done right. I never questioned it. He'd go with her to sports stuff, school events, things like that. I figured that's what being a present dad looked like. But then, 5 months after our wedding, He sat me down and asked how I'd feel about being in a polyamorous relationship with her,
Mm.
with the mother of his child. I didn't even know how to respond. It wasn't just the question, it was the fact that it came out of nowhere. We'd never talked about polyamory ever. He never mentioned it was something he was into, never hinted that he still had those feelings for her, like I'd missed something. Was I not paying attention? He said he and his ex had been talking about it, that they still had some sort of connection. And now here I am, the wife, being invited to what? To join in. I'm not poly. That's not who I am. That's not what I signed up for. I married him thinking we would build something steady, something sacred, not this three-person, maybe kind of relationship arrangement that only two of them seem to want. And here's the best part.
What? It
I'm
gets better?
pregnant.
Oh my God.
I'm pregnant.
Oh
Yep,
no.
pregnant with his child, trying to process all of this, trying to keep it together while also growing a tiny human and pretending I'm okay. I'm not okay. I don't want to be in this marriage anymore, but I don't know how to leave it either. Not with a baby on the way, not with so much already invested, and not when I still love him, or at least the version of him I thought I married. I don't even know what kind of advice I'm looking for. I just feel lost, hurt, angry, exhausted, and so alone in something I didn't choose. So, yeah, if you read this, thank you, because honestly, I don't know who else I can tell.
Okay. First of all,
Holy shit.
I know, right?
so I'm thinking if you did do the whole three-way, well, then she could also mother the child and you can have some nights off.
And
No, that's terrible. I would
oh
I would be
God, talk about left field
yeah.
and right field all at the same time and in the middle. Like it's just a
Oh.
whole field full of bloody football going on, and you don't know which place to watch.
I'm wondering, is it just that he's greedy and wants to also have some with the ex? Or
Do you know what really concerned me about this? As she said, they have already spoken about it.
mm,
Mm,
And she's not had any inkling that this is something that was going to happen. That this
no.
was something that he even thought of. Like he's being the present dad, he's being a good husband, doing all the right things, and then bam. How about you come to bed with
oh.
my ex and I?
I
How
would
about you
be
enter into a relationship with us?
I would be entertaining this just with one purpose in mind, right? I'd be like, this might be, yeah, look, so I guess, but do you guys still have a connection? And if he said yes, he'd be like, yeah, but then like a physical connection, like how do you even know that? Like, what if you had a physical connection, then it fizzled for you, and you were like, no, it doesn't work. And he might then say, no, we have, and then I'd be like, you cheating bastard!
Yes, but I would be recording it so she could take it to the solicitors and then fucking
Exactly.
take everything. Look, she
Mm,
needs to leave him, but first of all, she needs to find out what was going on because it sounds like it's always been this other woman. And for whatever
mm,
reason, it didn't work at the time. They're still in love or whatever. And
mm,
he's only just realized now. So really, his heart's not in it. If he's already spoken to the other woman about it and it sounds like they've spoken in depth,
mm.
um, his heart's not in this marriage, and
So
he's
then why get
probably
married?
Yeah,
Why get
because
married?
pressure of
it's
society. I don't
saving
know.
face. A lot of it is saving face as well. I don't know. I find it very hard to say to someone who has a child, you need to leave,
Mm,
Mm,
especially if it's not an abusive relationship.
mm,
I feel like the conversation needs to be had one on one with him.
mm-hmm,
And then I would be having one with her. Um, but for me, I would be saying, you've taken me for a ride.
mm,
I, by all good intentions, was trying to give you that space to have that friendly, connection with your ex for the purposes of your child.
That's
By
right.
no means did I mean that that was to go any further.
Exactly.
But if we are to stay together, I'm going to make this very clear.
Mm.
You spend one more minute than you're allocated to go and see her in the presence of your child, and I'll be hunting you down.
Yeah.
This becomes a problem, however, because you no longer trust them around that person.
That's
No.
exactly it.
And this is where,
just
do you
trust is
leave or do
gone.
you stay? So,
Mm.
when the trust is gone and that becomes your mindset of he's 1 minute past his allocated time, like soccer finished at 9:30, it's 9:31, where the hell is he? I'm on find the tracker, where is he? He's not moving. They've gone somewhere else. Where have they gone? I'm gonna go drive. Let me check the messages on the phone. If you're getting to that point, the trust is gone. It can probably never come back. As far as I'm aware, it just doesn't come back.
No.
So that is a shit situation. I'm going to lie in the dirt with you in this one. That is shit. What he's done to you is shit. What she's done to you is also shit. They are being selfish. That is what they are being. You have given them the ability to have that trust, to have that space together, to have that bonding, and he has taken you for an absolute ride.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the perks are other than
No. I don't
Exactly.
see any way out of this, and I don't see any good outcome. The best thing for you is to look after you and your baby.
Or-
Because odds are,
Mhm.
no offense, but it sounds like his first family are his priority. He's already proven that to you. Like, he might
although
not.
if you give it a try, if you give it a chance, because this was still your family, if you give it a chance, if you say to him no, and is that a deal breaker for our relationship? And if he says no, that like it was just a put it out there suggestion because it's to keep the family together, and like where was he coming from with this? Like he might not be going, I don't want a physical relationship with her, but I want us all to be under the one roof, and the men are fucking delusional. But she could go, we are doing 6 months of therapy for this, for what you've done to me. And if at the end of the
Exactly.
day we decide that we're going to continue, then we continue, but these are the parameters. And if we decide that you clearly can't live with me being your priority and your son from a previous, your son can be your priority, but not your ex. And
Exactly.
I would say if you want to give it a go, definitely he has to go to therapy. If he is just it's all or nothing, you'd be better off alone. Your mental state will be better off alone.
Exactly. Look, from my point of view, I don't share. I would not go into a relationship
I don't
where
know. Is she doing the cooking and the cleaning? Because
Yeah.
she can have that.
Yeah. You
Do
have
I
him,
do I
and she
get to
just does
stipulate the
everything else.
do I get to stipulate the bits that I want?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And the
But
days
I
of the
would not be
week?
sharing. I do not share. Do not share my romantic partners. Will never share my romantic partners. That's a relationship between me and that person. And if that's the way that you feel about your relationship and that's what you were expecting, I think then that's your answer. You've made your decision. It's shit. There is no other way of trying to soften the blow about this. It's shit. That is a real shit situation you've been put into, and I definitely feel for you.
Oh, 100%. That is a struggle. Then reach out to your doctor or GP, get a referral to someone who you can just vent to, because this might be an ongoing thing. And
Exactly.
absolutely find someone that you can vent to on a professional basis about this.
Absolutely.
100%. That's terrible. Especially in the fragile, and I say fragile situation that you're in, because
Exactly.
your mental capacity will be greatly affecting how you go in your
Correct.
pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
So reach out
Because
to
it's not
someone.
just yourself that you're thinking about, it's about your baby.
But when some people get stressed, they don't eat, right? I
Yes.
find everything and eat it all. And you can't do that. And you'll make
No.
yourself sick with how upset your stomach is, and you can't afford to be losing all that weight, especially when you're pregnant and all. Like,
No way.
it's just a really shit, difficult situation. So make sure you're looking after yourself.
You need to go with what feels right for you, but also look after your health because you are looking after another person. You're growing another person.
Yeah.
Counseling, regardless of what situation you end up in.
Exactly. Yep. Professional help is the best way to go in
Yeah.
this situation.
Yeah. Because like I always say, you tell them everything because the chances of you never seeing them again are on your terms. You can go, all right, I've vented, I have aired my frustrations, I feel so much better, I'm done.
Yes.
See you never.
Yeah. I think you get 6 free with your GP, so enjoy that.
Yes.
Well, from that to this, I've got one. It's a man writing in.
Oh, we do love the men that write in.
Yep.
We do. My wife is addicted to the old cheeky popcorn books.
I see nothing wrong with this already.
She's a stronger woman than I.
She's a 36-year-old female, and she's been reading them for about a year and a half non-stop. She's a fast reader, and they're maybe 200 to 300 pages long, so she's going through a couple a week. At first,
reader.
I can barely get through one a month. Fast
Me
forwarding
too.
through all the hot spicy scenes.
At first, I wasn't bothered. But now she's around 40 to 50 hours a week reading, leaving all the housework to me. That's his issue. Leaving all the housework to me, not spending time with our daughter. And whenever she isn't reading, she's biting all the skin off her fingernails in frustration. It changed her behavior massively. At first, I thought she was cheating because she was suddenly very protective of her phone and carried it everywhere.
She's got the Kindle app.
As well as buying new toys without telling me and being really private. I snapped one day and logged into her phone to see her search history, and it was a night worker forced into brutal love book suggestions and about 100 more searches just like this. Her Kindle library is just badly written popcorn over and over again. What do I do?
Do you know what?
So his actual issue is I have to spend all the time with the kids and I'm doing all the housework and I'm getting no benefits from you reading these spicy books.
Yeah, he's not getting any benefits. So she's just using all the toys that she's buying instead.
That's bloody hilarious.
Maybe you can ask to create your own book club and read it together.
No.
Oh.
Why not?
Read it together?
Yeah.
I don't even watch a movie together if I can have my own choice.
I have tried to pass.
If I had a partner, I would totally read these books with them.
I tried. Okay, so I have tried to pass my books on to my partner after reading them, going, oh, this is good, like hinting, like there's page 96 is a great one. Nah, not interested.
Okay, here's my thoughts on it, right? Is she likes a bit of role play. I think he should find out what book it is and role play. Like if he looks up her Kindle and he goes, she's on page 73 of page 496. Let's skip a few chapters and let's role play the thing that's about to come up.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would make
take
her
advantage
so
of it,
wouldn't it? She'd be like, oh my god. And he'll be like, right, putting the kid to bed early tonight. We're double dosing the Panadol.
Look, even if he's not into it, like for the sake, it sounds like he's not getting any. You know what I mean? So if he wants some and she's into her toys and all of the rest, like you said, role play or use the toys. Like he doesn't have to play by play the book, but
exactly.
Put some effort in, buddy.
Just make it up.
Yeah.
Obviously,
that's exactly it.
She's reading these books for a reason. I mean, you guys, it may be stale. By the sounds of it, it's very stale. So
for one of them.
Yeah.
I think a lot of role play, that's what's required.
And also, can I just point out that reading is obviously her hobby,
Yeah.
and maybe you could take an interest in her hobby and get more benefits out of it.
I don't know. For me,
Oh
it
my
sounds
God, she could be
jealous.
late on returning a book to the library and she needs a
We need a ruler.
Or she needs a spanking for
she
sure.
does.
100% over that knee. And you just need a
Be that librarian and say, "Who's a naughty
Latin.
girl?
Oh my God,
You
yes.
have returned your book."
Oh, a
Past
male
date.
librarian. You need to have the glasses.
Yeah, I was gonna say
If I
glasses
had glasses.
and a collared shirt so she can rip the shirt.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
See? You're
Woo!
welcome. We've even come up with a role play for you.
I'm sure the kids' grandparents can look after them one weekend.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Look, I think you got to get into it or get over it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And go and buy a RoboVac if that's what your real issue is.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's right. Show
Or
some
just get
interest
Tina
in
once a
her
week.
hobby. That'll go miles. That'll go miles in her view, I'm sure.
And she may be reading less than if she's getting more.
The fantasy out of the head and into real life.
Yeah.
Well, that's it of this week's segment of Unspoken. If you have any advice that you want to provide these lovely listeners, please send it in. If you have any other questions or stories, please send them in.
Anonymously.
And yes, absolutely, anonymously. Unless you don't want to be anonymous, and I'm happy to name and shame.
Don't forget to catch us over on all of the podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. We are also over on YouTube and across all the social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So you can catch us, DM us, comment, send us in your questions by any of those methods.
And that's it for this segment of Unspoken. I'm Emma.
I'm Moira.
And I'm Paige.
And we're what she said.
Bye.
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 You!